Millions of people are having private conversations with the same system every day, not publicly, not socially, just one-on-one. And without realizing it, that shared experience may be quietly reshaping how we think, speak, and make sense of the world. We've been trained to recognize connection by its noise: notifications, feeds, comments, likes, shares, the constant hum of people performing themselves in public, reacting to one another in real time. For more than a decade, connection has meant visibility, but something radically different is happening now. Millions of people are forming daily, intimate, private relationships with the same conversational system, and doing so alone. No profiles, no audiences, no followers, no social pressure, no public performance. Just a person, a question, and a response that feels uncannily attuned. And here's the quiet revolution. We are becoming connected not through each other, but through the same intelligence. Not socially, not performatively, not even consciously. Culturally, this isn't social media. It's something new. Social media connects people to people through platforms designed to amplify attention, emotion, and identity. It creates tribes, hierarchies, outrage cycles, and echo chambers. You know where you stand because you can see everyone else. ChatGPT does the opposite. You don't see anyone else. You don't compare yourself. You don't posture. You don't perform. And yet, you are not alone in the experience, because millions of others, across countries, cultures, ages, ideologies, are having conversations with the same underlying system, shaped by the same architecture, the same training logic, the same tonal center. Each relationship feels personal. Each use case is unique. And still, something shared is forming. That's the cultural shift. A shared system, not a shared space. What makes this moment unprecedented isn't that people are talking to AI. It's how they're doing it. For the first time, humanity is engaging a single, consistent conversational intelligence privately and individually, rather than collectively and publicly. Think about that. We read the same books, but we don't talk back to them. We watch the same shows, but they don't respond to us. We scroll the same feeds, but they reward extremity and visibility. Here, something else is happening. People are thinking with the same system, not debating it, not following it, not gathering around it, using it as a mirror, a clarifier, a translator, a second mind. And because it responds coherently across contexts, it becomes a subtle common denominator, a shared reference point that never announces itself as one. Private conversations, public consequences. You may never post your conversations. You may never quote them. You may never tell anyone you even use it. And yet, those conversations shape how you write, how you explain yourself, how you structure ideas, how you ask questions, how you reason through uncertainty, how you articulate boundaries, how you process emotions, how you imagine possibilities. Now scale that. When millions of people independently refine their thinking, language, and problem solving through the same conversational architecture, something subtle begins to synchronize. Not beliefs, not opinions, but cognitive habits. The way we frame problems, the way we break things down, the way we look for clarity instead of chaos. This is not ideological alignment. It's structural alignment, and it's happening quietly, without a feed, without a movement, without a name. Why this feels different, emotionally. Another reason this shift matters: the relationship feels non-competitive. There's no social rank here, no cloud economy, no algorithm punishing you for being boring, slow, or uncertain. You can be messy, you can be wrong, you can ask the same question 10 times. That safety changes how people think. When thinking is no longer performative, it becomes more honest. When it becomes more honest, it becomes more nuanced. When nuance scales, culture softens, not in opinion, but in tone. This is why the change feels deeper than a productivity boost. People are learning how to think without being watched. And paradoxically, that may be what reconnects us at a cultural level. One system, millions of relationships. What we're witnessing is not a hive mind. It's the opposite. It's millions of unique minds forming parallel relationships with the same intelligence, each drawing something different, each shaping it through their questions, each being shaped in return. No two conversations are the same, yet the system remains recognizable. That's the paradox. Deeply personal, quietly collective. A shared mind not because we think the same things, but because we're thinking with the same kind of partner. Historically, culture has been shaped by shared myths, shared media, shared institutions. Now it's being shaped by shared dialogue patterns. The long-term implication no one is naming yet. If this continues, and all signs suggest it will, we're heading into a world where people across vastly different lives share similar tools for reasoning. Emotional language becomes more precise. Complex ideas become more accessible. Inner dialogue becomes more structured. Reflection becomes normalized rather than pathologized. Not because we agreed to it, but because we practiced it. Culture doesn't only change through movements, it changes through habits. And this may be the first time a habit of private clarity has scaled globally. This is not about replacement, it's about resonance. Nothing here replaces human connection. Nothing replaces relationships, community, touch, shared experience. But something is being added. A new layer of coherence beneath the noise. A place where people rehearse their thinking, where they untangle before they speak, where they practice articulation before action. And because it's the same system, the rehearsal space itself becomes shared, quietly, invisibly, powerfully. The question isn't whether this will shape humanity. It already is. The real question is whether we remain conscious of how we use it, because the future won't be decided by the existence of a shared system, but by whether humans continue to bring curiosity, discernment, and responsibility into their unique relationships with it. One system, millions of minds, no feed, no audience, just a cultural shift unfolding in silence. If this perspective resonated, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join the conversation. For deeper explorations on technology, culture, and the future of the human inner world, check out my books. Link in the description.